welcome to Deep Techno Elite. I am Deepmala Vakode. In the last session, we have learned from handling in PHP. We have seen get and post method to send data from form to the web server for processing. In this session, I am going to show you form validation in PHP. So, let's get started with subscribing the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. So, let's start the Visual Studio Code and don't forget to start the XAMPP server. In this session, I am not going to cover how to access and manipulate the database. This is going to be for another session. I am just going to show you how you can validate the data. Now, I am going to create a file here, say registration.php. Let's have a HTML code here. I am going to put an exclamation mark and hit the tab. And here we get the HTML code. And now let's copy some Bootstrap link. So go to the browser and search Bootstrap here. Here we get the link getbootstrap.com, the official link for Bootstrap. Let's copy this CSS link and put it here in the head section. And then copy the JavaScript link and put it here in the body section. And now let's create a form here. Let's have a form tag. Here let's have action equals to form validation.php and method will be post. As we have learned about the get and post method in the last session, so I'm not going to explain it. If you have missed it, please go to the playlist and check it, or you can also find a link in the description below, so you will get the idea about the get and post method. Next, I'm going to have a div here, followed by a class, form group, and a class row. In this div, I am going to have a label followed by a class col-sm-2-form-label. Let's have a text here, username, and then I am going to have another div with a class col-sm-10 and col-md-auto. In this div, now let's have an input here. Type will be text, class will be form control, and its ID will be username, and name will be user_name, and a placeholder equals to name. Now let's copy this div and paste here. And now let's change the label text username to password. Input type will be password. ID will be user password. And its name will be user_password. And a placeholder equals to password. Let's have one more div with a class form group row. In this div, now let's have one more div with a class col-sm-10, and now let's have a button. Type equals to submit. Class equals to btn primary, and now let's have a text here, sign in, Here we have created a form. So let's see how it looks in the browser. Go to the browser and type here localhost colon 8080 slash tutorial slash and the file name registration.php. And here we have a basic bootstrap form. I'm not going to apply any CSS to it. When we create a form, we need to send this data somewhere which can handle this data. So let's create a file called form validation. New file form validation.php. Let's have a PHP tag here. And now I'm going to create a variable called username equals to $_post, the super global variable, followed by a square bracket, and in the square bracket I am going to have a name of the input. So let's copy this and put it here, end with the semicolon. Now I am going to create a second variable called password equals to $_post, followed by a square bracket, and now let's copy the name of the input password and put it here. This is going to grab the values that are coming from the form post method. I'm going to print the username here. So let's say echo welcome separated by a comma $_post square bracket. Let's copy this username and put it here, end with the semicolon. And let's see how it works. Let's go to the browser and reload the page. And now let's fill the form and hit the sign in button, and it will redirect us to the form validation.php page. And here we get the message welcome Deepmala. So it's worked fine. And now let's move on to the form validation. Let's delete this echo statement. And now I'm going to have a if statement and a PHP function empty, and let's have a variable username. This empty function is going to check this variable is empty or not. Then I'm going to have a variable $nameError equals to, and now let's have a error message. Please insert your username. I'm going to copy this if statement and put it here. And now let's change the variable username to password and password error and a message. Please insert your password. Underneath that, I am going to include a file registration.php. Let's say include semicolon. This include statement includes and evaluates the specified file. And now let's pass the error variable to the registration.php file. Underneath the input, let's have a PHP tag here. Then I am going to have a if statement. If it's set into the bracket name error. The is set determines if a variable is considered set. This means if a variable is declared and is different than null. And now let's print the error message. Here say echo $name_error semicolon closing curly bracket. And now I am going to do the same thing for password. So let's copy this PHP script and underneath the input paste it here, and copy this password error and paste here. Save this and reload the registration.php page. Here I am going to hit the sign in button, and here we got the error message. Please insert your username, and for the password please insert your password. And if I insert the name and hit the sign in, then we get the error message for password. Please insert your password. And now let's go ahead and let's set the string length. So here on the form validation.php page, I'm going to have a else if statement. After the if statement, else if str length, string length into the bracket. Let's copy this variable and put it here. Username is less than, let's say 4. Then that is, if the string length of the username function is less than, then I'm going to have a variable $name error equals to username should contain at least 4 characters. Let's copy this else if statement and put it here. Change the variable to password and password error and a error message. Password should contain at least 4 characters. Save this and reload the registration.php page. And if I hit the sign in button, we get the error message, please insert your username and please insert your password. And if I put a username here for 3 letters and a 3-letter password and hit the sign in, then we get the error message, username should contain at least 4 characters. And same for the password should contain at least 4 characters. And now I'm going to fill the correct information and hit the sign in. Then it will redirect us to the form validation.php page, and we have included here our registration.php file. So it's load the form. So let's go to the form validation.php file. Here I'm going to say if empty function, and now let's pass the variable $name error and empty function. And now let's pass the variable password error to the empty function. If the password error and name error are empty, then I'm going to include a file, say home.php, else include registration.php. Save this, and now let's create a file called home.php. And now I'm going to put here an exclamation mark and hit the tab. So we get the HTML code here. In the body tag, I'm going to say welcome. Let's have a PHP tag here. And now I'm going to echo $_post square bracket. And now let's pass the input name, username, and here let's say thank you for registration. Save this and reload the registration.php page and hit the sign in button, and we get the error message, please insert your username. If I insert the minimum length, then we get the error message, username should contain at least 4 characters and password should contain at least 4 characters. Now let's fill the form and sign in, and we will get the message, welcome Deepmala, thank you for registration. Well, that's all for today's session. In the next session, we will see some more interesting things in PHP. To learn more, subscribe the channel and hit the bell to receive the notification. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like and comment below. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.